say you can smile for my camera and say hello.
Hello.
Okay, that's the family heading back off, and on my own now for my little adventure. We've made it to what we used to call the Marquee Burn. On the map it looks more like Alta Barkey, that's right. But it's a beautiful little burn, and intention today is to head up the side of the burn, and then at some point I've got to head straight up the hill, zigzag up the hill, and I'm going to spend the night tonight on the top, or near to the top of Craig Dhu. This is just one of the Craig Dhus here in the Spey Valley, but this one has a very special erratic stone on it, so that's where I'm heading for my camp tonight. So we'll see how we get on, but hopefully between here and there there'll be some nice granny pines and some nice maybe some pictures to be had, except that it's such a hot blue sky day that of course it's going to be harsh inside the forest, so pictures might not come out so good. Anyway, we'll try and we'll see, and we'll have fun anyway. Alright. So my path has finally petered out, but it did me proud. I think it picked up one of the two that I was supposed to go up, so that all worked out in the end. So I've come up to the top here, at least to the ridge, and there's, well, I hope you can hear from the wind noise, but there's a weather station just behind me here, just on the ridge. Right down through over there's some fantastic layers in the mountains as you look up past another Craig Dhu. That's the one by Newton Moor, and up what I believe is the River Calder. So up through there looks absolutely fantastic from here right now. Up on the ridge up there, that's going to be my destination tomorrow morning. That's Sgòr Gaoith, and a lovely ridge walk up looking down over Loch Einich. And right up here, that's my destination for just this evening. That big rock up there on the horizon, not sure if you can see it in this particular video, but there's a rock, a big rock right up there on the horizon, and that's the erratic rock that I'm heading towards. So I'm just going to go around the ridge here, make my way up there, and should be good for the evening. What an absolutely fantastic night. Looking good, looking good. Came across this final tree. Oh, actually there's one or two of them, three of them all together, right up here on the ridge. Incredibly hardy. I mean, the regeneration is one thing that spreads slowly up from the valley, but these ones, they could have been here for a long time, but have such a stunted growth and really close to the ground. It's amazing they survive at all. Not in times like this where it's absolutely, you know, the temperature's really high and there's plenty of rain and everything, but during the harsh winters they get an absolute battering, so they do good. So this is the Argyll Stone, right up here on the flanks of Craigdhu. Funny, it's not quite as big as I thought it was going to be. It's still an impressive rock, but I'm not sure that it's what you would call an erratic. There seems to be quite a lot of a rock around here which is the same, and the definition of an erratic is that it's completely out of place from the rock type that it comes from, and was basically left there by a receding glacier. So I'm not sure if it is an erratic or not. That's what I had read, but yes, this is the famous Argyll Stone, so this is where I'm going to spend the night, and I get a blistering viewpoint from here. You can see right over. That's Airidh, and I think that's the Larry Grew walking, cutting across through there, and then right down through here. Right down through here, this is Glen Einich, and you can just see the beginning of Loch Einich down there, and the ridge. Going to walk up tomorrow morning. Will be that one there, right up to I think it's Sgòr Gaoith, and then on to Sgòr Gaoith, and then you get an incredible view down into Loch Einich from there. So not a bad little place to spend the night. Find somewhere sheltered and soft, and then just keep watching those clouds and the sun and take a few pictures, I think. Not bad at all. Well, I've had my tea, and very nice it was too, thank you Bryce. I've been watching the clouds playing over on the top of Airidh. Still a couple of hours before the sun goes down. I've been all the way along the ridge there. There's a few more sort of like tor kind of rock formations that are quite nice. Nothing spectacular, but pretty nice, and I've come back here. So I just wanted to take a moment to say that this particular trip has, well, it's been in the works since I arrived back in Scotland. I've wanted to do it, and the reason I've wanted to do it is in honor of a very special lady, and so in that way it's a little bit of a pilgrimage. But we've been kind of busy for the last few weeks, and all of a sudden I've had the opportunity, and the weather looked good, so wanted to come up here. So I'll tell you a bit more about it when we get up to the top of Sgòr Gaoith tomorrow. There's a particular reason for that, and I'm going to tell you a little story when we get up there. But for now, I'm going to wait for the sun to finally go down. It should go down around 9:53 or something this evening, so evenings are getting slightly shorter, but then first light is around 4 o'clock in the morning. So obviously I'm going to be awake for sunset, and then I'll be getting up early in the morning too. So we'll see you then. Now that is more like it. Wow. 6 o'clock in the morning. Started out right down over there. Just down a little hump in the rock down there. You probably can't hear me because of the wind. Wow. That is Sgòr Gaoith. What a mountain. What a place. I'm so lucky. Well, good morning, and Quite a spectacular morning it is too. I set off early this morning when it was still a little cloudy down by the Argyll Stone, and I've come up past Sgòr Gaoith, up over the top of Sgòr Moor, and now I finally made it up to the destination of this particular adventure, and that's Sgòr Gaoith. Quite the magnificent peak it is right behind me. So I'm sitting here in the shadow of it, and I promised to tell you a little story. Well, the story is, I said about a special lady. Well, that special lady was my mama. And unfortunately she died a few weeks ago. We were on our way here to visit. We hadn't seen both my parents in nearly 2 years, and we were actually only about 3 days away when she passed away. So it wasn't a good thing at all, and this summer has been very much changed because of that. But I wanted to come up here to Sgòr Gaoith because Sgòr Gaoith for my mum was a very special place. So this for me is a little bit of a pilgrimage and a way to say goodbye, a personal goodbye. Now, my mum used to love to come up here. She would come up with my dad. I'm not sure if she came up with us boys, but she also came up here on her own sometimes. In fact, family legend would have it that way back when the three of us boys, that's her three sons, when we were all under 5, things used to get a little, let's call it overwhelming back at the house. She was looking after the 3 of us and my dad as well, and she would come up here on occasion, especially to get a bit of a break in nature, and you can see why. It's stunningly spectacular. We've got Loch Einich way down below. Sorry for all the flies coming here. Anyway, she came up here one legendary day, and just to get a break, as I say, and she came all the way up the top here, and thought that she was away from it all, thought that she had escaped for a few hours at least, and then all of a sudden above her head she saw this glider, and it wasn't one glider, there was 2 gliders, and of course that brought everything back with home, because that's my dad's favourite pastime. In fact, the gliding field he launches from is just down over the back of Craigmeggy over there. So she thought she'd got away from it all, and then all of a sudden reality was brought back to her, and well, of course everyone had a laugh about it later, but it certainly spoiled her day. But yeah, my mum loved this place, and I just want to come up and say a personal goodbye. I'm going to miss her very much. Miss calling her up, seeing how she's doing, miss making her laugh, miss telling her about my boys, her grandchildren, who she loved very much. Anyway, I couldn't have asked for a better day, a better way to send her off, and yeah, I'll miss you, Mama. Fly free at last, fly free. Well, that was supposed to be the end of this video, signing off from the top of Sgòr Gaoith. But after I did that little piece to camera about flying free, I picked up an apple and some cheese. Had myself a little breakfast, and I went to the very top again just to look down and out. And this peregrine falcon suddenly came swooping up out of from down below, down the crags below. Now, it's not unusual to see a peregrine falcon around here, but what was unusual was that this particular one flew round my head 3 times. It was so close, and it was looking directly at me. Now, I know I can interpret that as being territorial, worried about a nest, perhaps, something like that. But I have to say, after just talking about my mama and telling her to fly free, for that encounter to happen is just one of the strangest coincidences I've ever had. And I'd like to think that she's now one of the fastest birds in the sky. I'd like to think that she's flying free. So that is the way I'm going to finish this, with the thought of my mom speeding through the skies. Talk to you soon.